Good morning, everybody. Hope you all doing very well today and in your life in general. I wanted to talk today about, I don't know if you've had any kind of traumatic events happen in your life and how it affects you and how you go through it. Like I've had several things. Like one time I'd walked a really long way with some friends, and I was coming back towards home, and I tripped over a sidewalk, only about this high, tripped over the sidewalk, and then I started falling face first, and I thought, you go into slow motion, and I go, okay, here goes teeth, nose, jaw, looking stupid in recovery, major event. And you're in slow motion, you just go down, you just wham, you hit there, and nothing happened except that I think I must have put my arms like this, because my face didn't hit, but my teeth, these teeth are here, almost went completely through my lip down here, right there, and so it was about that big of a hole, a hole there, and I put CBD oil on it that night, and it closed up overnight, which was, I thought, kind of a miracle. But anyway, that was a situation. Then I know I've told the story in one of my videos before, getting attacked by this guy out in a local park, a regional park out here, one of my favorite places to go. Anyway, I'm sitting out there. I went out by myself. It was a Monday afternoon, and I was a realtor, and so I'm there in my skirt and heels, and I just love to go out there and sit. And so I was sitting there, and then all of a sudden this guy shows up, and I'm sitting at a picnic table, and then we talked for a little bit, and then he went over and sat at the picnic table, and then as I'm starting to leave, he just comes running over to me. And then he comes from behind, and he's just grabbing me and just hands all over me, and I'm just wanting to get him off. Well, I'm in slow motion again, where I'm thinking, I can just visualize the local newspaper tomorrow, like realtor gets raped out in a park, for being out there by herself and all that. So it was all total slow, and I knew, in my mind, I knew that I had picked that spot because nobody was around. I like to go where I can be out there where you don't see anybody. So I have in my mind going, well, you picked this spot. You could scream, but nobody's going to hear you because you picked this spot to be way the heck out, away from anybody else. And thinking about, what's going to happen next and all this and what I'm supposed to do. I knew I was supposed to kick him, but he was behind me. I had on heels, so I was trying to stomp on his feet, but he's got on tennis shoes. Anyway, all slow motion. I just think it's just an interesting thing, So, and by the way, I wasn't hurt at all. It was just, you're violated, just in your whole system that somebody would come and do that. Anyway, so that was an interesting lesson, but that was another one of slow motion things. And I've had several of that. It's just your whole life goes to slow motion. You're just kind of like falling down on that sidewalk. I'm going down just like this. I don't know why that happens. And another thing I know, when you get a trauma, you start shaking, because after he left, I called my husband, and he was coming over to get me. And so the police came, and the ranger came, and my husband came, and the maintenance guy came for the park. And so and then I'm just shaking like crazy. And so I'm shaking. And so then I was taking a class about trauma and stuff, and then I realized that that's what animals do when they get chased by, like, say an antelope is getting chased by whatever is going to chase them, and it escapes, and then it stands there and just shakes, and you're shaking the trauma out of your cellular level. And that's what I did. And I thought, oh, that's just net. So I don't have it living in me, and I don't have it living in me. I thought it was an interesting experience, and I actually felt sorry for the guy that he needed to do something like that. But anyway, I got through it, and it affected me for maybe a couple of months. I was jumpy about stuff, but then after that, we're done. And I went right back out there about a week later by myself, sat at the same place in my car, and I said, this guy is not taking this park away from me, which is one of my favorite places in my whole world, is to go out there. So, like I said, I have no clue why you go into slow motion. It's kind of interesting that you can do that when you're in the middle of a major thing. You're about ready to fall in and hit your face on your face. But it happened. So anyway, I just want to share that with you. So have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. And thanks for tuning in.